Hey there, how's it going, everyone? It is Tuesday, May 17th, but we're going to talk about Monday's results today. The video that you're seeing right now, if you're looking for today's Tuesday picks, that video is going to be coming out later today. I spent some time analyzing results, and that's why I wanted to do this video to explain how to do this and really go through simulation scenarios and why it's important. Because we've got to answer the question, is this algorithm profitable? Was it profitable yesterday? What could you have done to make it profitable? Let's get into it. So what we're looking at right now are the results from Monday with 2022 pitching stats. So the big difference in simulations that you can run in the MLB algorithm, which you can purchase for a week subscription where you'll get an email from me every day in the morning before I do the video. That has this file so you can get on it and do your handicapping with this file before everybody else sees it, before the lines move. So we're looking at 2022 pitching stats for everybody except for Johnny Cueto, who had not pitched at all this year before yesterday. So what happened was 5-7 yesterday, and that was a losing day. At no point were we profitable. As a matter of fact, the best point we were at was after the second game here, with it basically losing with the Angels and then winning with the Dodgers. So this was not very profitable, and a lot of our underdogs, I mean, did every single underdog lose on here? Unbelievable. St. Louis didn't play because it was rained out. Oh yeah, we need to remove St. Louis from this. Hold on a second. It's screwing up our profitability. Yes. The St. Louis game didn't happen. That was postponed. So the day is still 5-7, but some of these games won, but it doesn't look good. Now, I was asked about keeping track of historical profitability and looking back at the past, and it is such a difficult thing to manage, and you'll see why. So here's all 2022 pitching stats, okay? Well, if you watched the video yesterday, you'll see that I changed some of these pitching stats. For example, I changed Wade Miley because this 0-0 with 3 innings pitched and a 9 ERA is a bad sample. It's a bad choice of using only these pitching stats to determine this game because, one, the ERA is astronomical and not normal, and the number of innings pitched are really, really low. So in the video yesterday, I changed this to 2021 stats, which completely changed the projection of this game and favors the Cubs instead of Pittsburgh. You'll see it was favoring Pittsburgh. Now all of a sudden it favors the Cubs right here, and they won, and our profitability changes, and we're 6-6. So let's keep going for a second. So what I do every day is I run the current year scenario with 2022 stats. Then I run the past year scenario where it's possible. That's going to be everybody who pitched in 2021 or even earlier if they didn't pitch in 2021 or 2020. Like Saravino hadn't pitched since 2018. So you're using the prior year full set of stats. And that's what the prior year information is. So I just dumped all the prior year information for everybody we could. Couldn't do it for Zach Logue for Oakland. Couldn't do it for Kyle Bradish. Couldn't do it for Alex Fado. I'm assuming these pitchers actually started, by the way. I didn't go back and double check to see if there was any pitching changes yesterday. Another issue. So if you look at just 2021 or earlier pitching stats, you go 7-5. There was an area of profitability down here, and you still have this problem with Oakland up at the top, and you still couldn't get away from the Angels losing to Texas. That just wasn't going to happen. Somehow Texas, I believe, scored 6 runs in the first inning after the Angels got off to a 3-0 lead, and then there was hardly any scoring the rest of the game. So this is not good. And Tampa Bay barely losing to Detroit, but then you have all these good wins here. You can't get away from Seattle losing, and you can't get away from Houston losing in a rain-delayed game that was tied up until late. So here it looks a little better at 7-5. But there's an even more optimal matchup, and that is if you go game by game and you were able to cherry-pick the proper pitcher year. You get this look, and you end up being still 7-5, but you group your wins all more to the top. Can't get away from Oakland, can't get away from Tampa Bay, can't get away from the Angels. But you do have profitability way down here, but it's still just not a great day yesterday. That's obvious. So what can we learn from this? Well, then what are we going to do today? So let's start with last year. Okay? You put in last, this is what I'm going to do in today's video once I get it ready. You put in last year and you refresh. Okay? These were the picks for based on last year's full stats. You're going to highlight them like that. Then you're going to go and you're going to grab this year's stats. And you're going to dump this year's stats in. And you're going to refresh. And what you're going to see is only the teams that were in yellow you would have taken. Is that right? So you would get away from this here. So basically you would, this would be what I would have told you to play running this scenario yesterday. So that means the teams in white you have to remove from the list. Pittsburgh's not going to be on here, and Kansas City's not going to be on here because they're not in yellow. And that gets you at 5-5. Still can't get rid of the Angels. I'm okay with Houston losing this game because I think they were a better team. It just didn't happen. I like this minus 200 for Tampa Bay being all the way down here because they lost this game. And if you look at the projected score, it's really, really close. It said take Detroit plus 1.5 at this line, and that's what actually won. So I'm okay with that. I don't know why the Angels lost. I can't do anything about it, but you got 3 wins up here. 3 teams that actually, the Dodgers did not cover the run line, but the Yankees and Miami did. San Francisco wins. Milwaukee wins, really close games, and Seattle loses a bad one. So you can't get Seattle off that list. But this starts to make more sense. And there's profitability above 10%, like I've been saying. See that 10% margin? You're at the most profitable right there at 10%. So that is the long, drawn-out explanation of what I'm going to do today. And I hope it also shows you the advantage to purchasing a subscription to this and having me send this to you so that you can run run all this yourself and not worry about me updating the correct picture or me updating the correct lines. You can do all that really easy on RotoWire once you have this file. So that's the breakdown of what happened yesterday. I'm working on today's version, which will get out, and there will be a video before I believe the games start today around 2 o'clock, so I'm shooting to get that video done before then. All right, guys, good luck, everybody. I hope you learned something. May all